We will go ahead and get started. And everyone, thank you for joining and for another installment of our Wednesday Ancillary. Um, Today we have Greg Esposito, AVP of Sales for GTL. And today we're going to be going over their short-term care policy. Short-term care has been getting a lot of press lately. You're probably getting a lot in your emails, a lot of advertisement. It's a plan that is becoming more and more relevant in today's, into your presentations and what we need to show our current clientele and for your current book of business that they need to know about for the underwriting is a lot easier, and a lot of things that have just become, like I said, another avenue for you to be able to learn and to share with your new and your current book of business. Like we discussed with CMS, we never know what's going to come out and what they're going to be, coming up against, year to year. Lately, we were very fortunate with their rulings that it wasn't as detriment as we had thought it might be. But next time we may not be so lucky. So we always have to be looking at being more diverse and being more proactive and going forward and sharing what we have and becoming a complete agent for our current and our past clients. Remember, our motto here, our clients don't know what they don't know unless we tell them. Okay, we can have the best policies and the best knowledge in the world, but if we don't let our clients know what we have to offer, they can't tell us no. They don't know what they have that's affordable, that can give them peace of mind, and that can ease their pocketbook and make their lives a lot easier when one of these unfortunate situations arise. So, being saying all that, Greg, thank you as always. You and Zach always do a phenomenal job, and I'm always very blessed to have you guys on with us. So I'm going to turn this over to Greg, and Greg, thank you, and the floor is yours.
Hey, thanks, Joey, and thanks everybody for tuning in. Yeah, you know what? This product is really a great product to know about. A couple caveats that I do have to say before I get started with regard to this product. We've had it since 2018, and back when we launched the plan, I would do trainings just like we're doing today, and after I got done, agents would be like, this product's too good to be true. It will never last. It's too inexpensive, too many benefits. Well, here we are 6 years later, and what did we do a couple months back? We actually added a bunch more benefits. So this product, I want to let you know, has been super successful both for clients, agents, and GTL. So as we get into this product and you start thinking, this thing really seems too good to be true, it's not. So really looking forward to telling you about this plan. Something else to let you know too, there's really not a area that this product is confined to other than the issue age range. So if you're selling Medicare Advantage and then cross-selling hospital indemnity, you probably know that the hospital indemnity plan is one that works very well with Medicare Advantage. And generally you don't talk to people about hospital indemnity if they have a Medicare supplement plan. However, with this plan we're talking about today, short-term home health care plan, this plan really works very well for your senior clients, whether they're on the MA side or going to get Medicare A and B and then pick up some Medicare supplements. So I want to mention that to you. Also, we'll take some questions after we get done with the presentation today, and we'll see what else we can answer for you. Getting started today, who is GTL? Well, we're a company that's been around since 1936. We have both life and health products. To give you information on today's product, this is a health chassis product, so you need a health license to sell it. We're based in Glenview, Illinois. We're a mutual insurance company, and we work in 49 states. However, not all of our products are approved in all 49 states. We'll show you the state availability for this product today in short order. Also very solid financially at GTL. We've been rated A- excellent by AM Best for quite a few years. And also we have zero debt on our balance sheet. So what we specialize in is creating ancillary products. So when your clients have an out-of-pocket expense due to either an unexpected health condition or going into the hospital, or maybe something, totally unexpected like a car accident or a cancer diagnosis, need for short-term home health care, we generally have a product that can help. Now, what I just showed you on the screen was our old product brochure. Our new one is coming up with some additional benefits that I'll go over today. And I'll point out to you as we go what the benefits used to be and what we upgraded them to. So what you're looking at your screen is our current short-term home health care product client brochure. And you'll notice there's a QR code right on the front of it. That will give you access to the consumer video that I'm going to share with you in just a couple minutes. What we really like to do, whether it's our hospital indemnity plan, cancer plan, short-term care plans, we like to make it as easy as possible for you as the agent to introduce the product and get the client understanding what they need to know about it before they decide to purchase. What we do with that is we create short consumer videos that you can share with the client and also prospect for new clients with. We also have infographics that's worked very well. A special note that I can tell you about this video that I'll share with you in a couple minutes, agents tell me they basically play this video for their clients and the clients say, how much is it, and sign me up. So please do make use of the consumer video. It really will help assist you get the cross-sale going and speed it up. When your client's ready to apply, you're going to be doing that application for them. You can do it via e-application on your tablet or smartphone. In order to get started quoting and using the e-app platform, you'll want to download GTL e-app onto your tablet or smartphone. And if you're not with the client, you're going to be selling virtually, you're fine to do an e-app too. You can go to GTL's main website, which is gtlic.com, and log in using the same login and password you use for the e-app on your tablet or smartphone, and then you can do the e-application right through your PC. Now, they won't be there, so they can't sign your device screen like they could if you're using your tablet or smartphone sitting right next to them. So we have a choice for you either of doing text to sign or a verification call in order to get the authority to issue the policy and GTL to draft their bank account for the premium. With that said, since we launched text to sign last fall, 99 out of 100 apps that we get in are using the text to sign feature. And this is only used when you're not with the client selling virtually on your PC. But basically, when you do that, you're able to enter the client's cell phone number. It will immediately shoot them a text. They open up the text, click the link, and it turns their own cell phone into a signature pad. So even though you're not with them, they're still signing their cell phone screen. We attain their signature quickly that way. And believe me when I tell you, it takes like 5-10 seconds. So you can imagine everybody's using text to sign unless their client doesn't have a mobile phone. And in that case, you could do the verification call. But just want to pass that along as some advice. Try to use text to sign when you're not with the client. I think you'll really enjoy it. So the product itself, we got some highlighted states here, and let me tell you what it's all about. So the states that are highlighted in that kind of teal, light blue color have our latest product version that we're going to chat about today ready to go. Now, the states that are on your screen that are not highlighted in blue have our former short-term home health care plan ready to go. So over the next few months, we should pick up those other remaining states and then have the new short-term home health care plan available for you. But it's generally, we get a bunch of states pretty quick when we file a new product, and then there's some other states that tend to take a few more additional months to get approval. So all the states that you see on your screen, we do have a short-term home health care plan ready to go. The ones that are in blue have the latest plan that we're going over today. So target market for you with regard to this plan. First, if you've got clients that are taking prescription drugs, that's pretty much everybody, That's a target market for this short-term home health care plan. Also, if you have some clients who have not planned for future care down the road, and specifically they don't have either a short-term care plan or a long-term care plan. They just never got around to it. An agent maybe never introduced this type of product to them, so they just haven't got it. Also, you may have some clients who tried to get a long-term care plan and just couldn't either afford it or couldn't qualify for it. So these are target markets for you too. Here's one that you might not have thought about. I'll use myself as an example. I'm 59 years old and my parents are 86 and 88. They do not have a long-term care plan. So who is their long-term care plan? That would be me and my wife. So folks like myself will get my parents a short-term home health care plan from GTL, and I'll pay the premium for them in the hopes that when they do need that type of care, they'll be able to receive it, and then I won't and my wife won't have to change our jobs and lifestyle too much in order to be able to assist them when they need it down the road. So that's another target market for you. Now, the beautiful thing here about this plan, Joey mentioned it earlier, it is super easy to attain, and I'm going to give you a couple examples today that are really going to make the light bulb go off in your head just like it went off in mine when I started talking about this plan and talking to agents about it. So without going any further, what do I want to do? I want to share with you the consumer video that you can share with your clients and prospect for new clients with. So let's take a peek at it.
There's no bed like your own. And if you suffer an illness or have an accident, the last thing you would want to do is recover in an unfamiliar, hectic environment like a hospital or nursing home. Focus on your recovery in the comfort of your own home with short-term home health care insurance from Guaranty Trust Life Insurance Company. Think about your family situation. You may be reaching that age where planning for future care is necessary, or maybe your parents are reminding you they don't want to go to a nursing home. How could being unprepared for either yours or your parents' need for care affect your finances and way of life? GTL's short-term home health care insurance is more affordable than most other plan of care policies, and it pays benefits directly to you regardless of any other insurance you have. Home health care benefits kick in if you suffer a cognitive disability or can't perform 2 of the 6 ADLs, and no hospital stay is required. The base plan consists of 3 main components, and there are 3 different base plans for you to choose from to match the level of coverage you want. With the home health care benefit, your chosen plan pays a benefit for up to 360 payments for a variety of services, including skilled nursing, physical therapy, and general nursing care. With our most comprehensive plan, you can receive up to $162,000 of home health care benefits. With the home health care aid benefit, you can receive a daily benefit for each day you require the services of a home health care aid, depending on your chosen plan, and no hospitalization stay is required. Most likely, you're taking at least 1 prescription medication. With the prescription drug benefit, you can receive benefits for any prescriptions that are filled after the policy is in effect. Just filling your normal prescriptions can help offset the cost of the policy itself. Now let's see how it works. Say you're 65 years old, have the plan A policy, and take 1 brand name prescription that you refilled 12 times over the years. GTL's short-term home health care insurance would pay you a total benefit amount of $300 over those 12 months. With an annual policy premium of $365.68, the net cost of the policy would be less than $6 a month. And this is not even including any home health care benefits you may receive. Policyholders also have access to TCare's concierge caregiver support services and a $3,500 family caregiver benefit. Short-term home health care insurance from GTL is flexible and customizable with a great set of riders for you to choose from. And with only 2 or 3 underwriting questions, you don't have to worry about a long application process or medical exams. So, for a fair premium, wouldn't you rather receive professional care at home? Now is a great time to find out more about GTL's short-term home health care insurance.
All right, there you go. You can see how that video really can help clients understand what the plan is and see the value in it. And then when they start seeing the price, their net price after just getting the prescription drug benefits from GTL, it's really just a no-brainer, if you will. So what I want to do is just first mention that this is not a long-term care plan. This is a short-term care plan. That's why you see that the benefits are for 360 days, but we're going to get more into that later. Let's just take a look and see how hard it is to get this plan. And I'm going to start off by saying there's no other underwriting other than the application questions you're seeing on the screen. Also want to mention, if you want Plan A or Plan B, you only have to answer the first 3 questions no. And that's it. So starting off, the first question, I'm just paraphrasing here, are you currently getting some type of home health care or in an assisted living facility or nursing home? If you can answer that one, no, you are 1/3 the way there. Second question, do you have any issues doing your activities of daily living, your ADLs, toileting, transferring, grooming, eating? Answer that one, no, you're 2/3 of the way there. Third question, have you been diagnosed with any type of memory loss or cognitive impairment? If you answer that one, no, too, all answered no, you get this plan. That's it. Now, if you want Plan C, you also have to answer the 4th question, no, but that's it. So let me point out a couple things to you. Again, a little light bulb moment for you here. How many types of insurance do you know, whether it be hospital indemnity or cancer or other types of short-term care, anything like that, that you could get after you've been diagnosed with cancer or after you've had a heart attack, after you've had a stroke, after you've had a major health issue? Virtually none. But you can see here that there's no questions on here about did you just recently have a heart attack in the last 5 years, have you had cancer? There's nothing there. So you could actually be being treated for cancer and apply for this product and get it, just to give you one example. Now we're going to get into a little bit later on too, but there's no questions here about do you have insulin-dependent diabetes, do you have COPD, anything like that. There's nothing there. So just kind of keep that frame of mind open as we go here, and we'll circle back to some of that later. So I want to break down the plan to you. First thing I need to mention, issue age is 61 to 85. 61 to 85. And as we start looking at the benefits here, I've got them all on the screen here, but I'm going to break them down one by one for you. If we start on the right side of the screen, that prescription drug benefit that was mentioned in the video, that's component 1, as I call it. So if you're refilling a prescription and it's generic, you get $10 from GTL. If you're filling a brand name prescription, you get $25 from GTL. Very simple, and you can get benefits for up to $300 each year just for prescriptions if you have Plan A, and up to $600 if you got Plan B, and up to $900 per year for Plan C. I want to point out to you a difference. One of those upgrades that we made with our new plan, Plan C used to have a maximum of $600 per year. Now with our latest plan, it's $900 per year. So component 2 is home health care services. So that would be your skilled nursing, physical therapy, all the things that you see in the middle of the page with the exclusion of home health care aid at the bottom. So you can get up to $150 per day in home health care services with Plan A, up to $300 per day with Plan B, and up to $450 per day with Plan C. And component 3 is the home health care line at the bottom of that chart, where you can see you can get $50 per day with Plan A, $100 and $150 with Plans B and C, respectively. So that's the plan, and now we're going to break it down by component and get into the details, show you some examples. Let's start off with the prescription drug benefit. The key thing to know, which was mentioned in the video, is you can start getting prescription drug benefits from GTL immediately after policy issue. You do not have to be on claim for home health care or need home health care aid services, the second that your policy is issued, you can start getting prescription drug benefits from GTL. Up to $300 per year for Plan A, $600 for B, $900 for Plan C. Now, here's an example, just like in the video, but just a little different. 65-year-old Plan A. The first 12 months they have their policy, they fill 4 brand name prescriptions. Those are probably 90-day supplies. And then they've got 20 generic prescriptions they filled. Well, each one of those has a value. So 4 brand names is $100. 20 generics is $200. So in the first 12 months, they were able to max out their prescription benefit, get $300 from GTL. And a 65-year-old buying this Plan A, their premium annually is $365.68. So you get what we're saying here. After they get their benefits from GTL for their prescriptions, the net amount that they actually paid for this policy is a little less than $6 per month. And now you're starting to realize why I started off this webinar saying, you may think this is too good to be true, but it's actually performing very, very well. Now, here's some questions that I generally get. If I were with you guys today, there'd be some hands up. You'd say, well, Greg, are you saying that basically if they fill a prescription and it's brand name, that each time they fill it, they can get $25 from GTL? Well, that's absolutely what I'm saying, and they can continue to do that until they hit their maximum prescription benefit for the year, that $300, $600, or $900. And with regard to generic drugs, refills, it's going to be $10 each time they fill it. This is very important because a lot of you folks have, your clients have a 90-day supply or 3-month type of refill, and you may be wondering, and they may be wondering, if when they get that 90-day supply, is that considered 1 or 3 GTL prescription benefits? Well, the way this plan is designed, each time you get a refill, it's 1 benefit. So even if the client has 30, 60, or 90 pills in that bottle, it doesn't matter. It's 1 refill and it's 1 benefit at GTL. Here's another question I get. Greg, are you saying that if my client, maybe they're on Medicare Part D, and when they go pick up their prescription, they only pay $5 for it, or $2.50, or $0 for it? Are GTL still going to send them that $25 or $10? Absolutely. So this plan and all the benefits we're talking about today on it do not coordinate benefits with anything else. Think about it this way. When you sign your client up for a GTL policy, GTL has no idea what other type of health coverage they have. We don't know what their benefits are. We don't know what plan they're on. So we always pay benefits based upon their GTL coverage. And hey, if they end up with extra money in their pocket at the end of the day, that's great with us. Getting into the second component, this is the home health care component. This is where something would have to happen to the policyholder after policy was issued. Something that would either be diagnosed with a cognitive impairment, or maybe something happened and they can't do their ADLs. Basically, we look at the kick-in for the home health care benefits as either a cognitive impairment taking place, or they can't do at least 2 of their 6 activities of daily living. Now, when that happens, you may be wondering how long their home health care benefits last for. Well, it's 360 days of benefits. Here's the key thing to know about this. That 360 days of benefits has nothing to do with the calendar year. They could take 360 days to use up all those benefits, or they could take 10 years to use up their 360 days of benefits. It doesn't matter. There's no limit. They've got 360 days of benefits coming with this plan. Now, you may also be wondering, like, well, what happens? Is there a restoration that comes with this, possibly? And the answer is actually maybe. So let me break that down for you. Here's a way that some people will use this plan initially. Maybe they need a hip replacement or knee replacement, or they slip and fall and they need some type of physical therapy, or they have a stroke and they need some speech therapy. Well, these are things that most of the time clients are going to recover from. So they may use the home health care benefits for 360 days, or just maybe 60 days, whatever the number is. Once they are recovered to the point where their doctor says, yeah, they don't need home health care of any kind at all, and they have that situation for 180 consecutive days, then yes, they do get a full restoration of benefits. Now, on the other hand, if a client starts using this plan either for not being able to do at least 2 of their 6 ADLs, or maybe a cognitive impairment where they're actually not going to recover to the point where they're cured of that for 180 days, well, then there is no restoration. So probably the best way for me to give an example would be, today, if somebody's diagnosed with dementia and they start using this plan, currently we don't have a cure for that. So, they'll be able to use this for 360 days of benefits, and there will be no restoration. But if you use it for something temporary, like hip replacement or something, you guys get the idea. You'll be able to use a little bit, and then once you recover after 180 days, you're going to get a restoration. So there you go. Here's what I like to show, because looking at the base plan for Plan A, for home health care, you can get up to $150 per day of benefits. And when you take $150 and times it by 360 days of benefits, you get $54,000. So even if you didn't have a restoration, that's a lot of money. Plan B, you can get up to $300 per day. Same type of math, $300 times 360, $108,000 of benefits, even without a restoration. And Plan C, as mentioned in the video, you can get up to $162,000, and that's $450 times 360 days. So even if you don't have a plan restoration, I think you can agree this plan has a lot of benefits. Now, let me show you an example of what we can do here with regard to how the plan may work. Let's say that you're 65, Plan A, that's what your client has, and they have a stroke. Now, they're going to go home and recover. They're probably going to need some speech therapy and also probably some physical therapy. So let's just say that they needed 10 days of each. Now, physical therapy and speech therapy for Plan A, that's a $75 per benefit usage. So what do we want to do to max out that $150 per day benefit? Well, we want to try and do 2 procedures, physical and speech therapy, in one day. That way we're able to get $75 for the physical, $75 for speech therapy, and we've maxed it out. So if you look at it that way, and the client did both a physical therapy and speech therapy session in one day, 10 days of that's going to be $1,500 in benefits from GTL. Keeping in mind that they've got a $365.68 premium for the year with Plan A as a 65-year-old, that's pretty incredible. What else can I add to this equation? Well, this person is definitely going to be taking some medications too after this illness, so they got their prescription drug benefits coming too, that $10 or $25 every time they do a refill. So let's get into the third component, which is home health care aid services. Now, I'll just generically throw out there that usually the home health care aid is coming out to the house to help them with their ADLs, activities of daily living. Whereas your home health care professionals, they're coming out and they're helping with speech therapy, physical therapy, so things like that. Now, the benefits for home health care aid services are $50 per day for Plan A, $100 for Plan B, $150 for Plan C. And just to give you a little bit of an idea of the upgrade we made on this, it's huge. First, with our old plan, it used to be $40, $80, and $120. So we did bump up that a little bit to $50, $100, and $150. The big news, though, was not that. The big news was that this plan for home health care aid, this component, used to be only a 60-day benefit. Now, with our latest upgrade, it's 360 days. So both the home health care component and the home health care aid component now are for 360 days of benefits. And again, great news, nothing to do with the calendar year. So let's look at the money we can do here. If we take 360 times the benefit, get 18,000, 36,000 with Plan B, 54,000 with Plan C. When you look at these numbers, it's a big chunk of change, even without a restoration. And if you're wondering about the restoration, it works the same exact way as explained earlier. You use a little, you use a lot, you use it all, you recover for 180 days of not needing home health care, you get a full restoration. If it's something that you cannot recover from, then you will not get a restoration whatsoever. Okay, so here's a question that we get. Well, who can provide the care? Well, for these professional services like speech therapy, physical therapy, the home health care aide person coming to do help with the ADLs, they need to be licensed or certified in their state to be able to perform those professional services. That's the first thing. And the second thing is they need to be working for a licensed home health care agency that can provide GTL with a bill with the details of what happened and what services they performed at each session. So that's the who can provide the care part. Is there a network or anything that GTL needs you to use? No, no network. Whoever you want to use that's licensed and certified and works for a home health care agency, you can use it. Now, let's just separate this into two parts here. The people that are professionals that are giving the care, home health care aide, and now let's just segue into a family caregiver. This could be the spouse, a child, somebody who's also helping out with the policyholder's home health care needs. This is a new benefit that we just added to this plan. It's a family caregiver benefit. Let's get into it a little bit. And I'm going to show you a video of the CEO of T-Care, which is the company that we're working with for this plan. And this company, T-Care, they specialize in making sure the family caregiver doesn't get stressed out and burnt out. So this service is for the family caregiver, not the policyholder. Let's take a look at it.
Hi, my name is Ali Ahmadi, CEO of T-Care. About 7 years ago, my wife and I became caregivers to my mother-in-law that was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma cancer. We became aware of this term known as family caregiving. As a former naval aviator, I was trained to navigate myself through extremely hard, difficult situations. Caregiving was one that I found myself lost in. T-Care was born as a solution to help family caregivers navigate all the challenges that they go through when they are taking care of a loved one. We are born out of an academic research project that through 7 years of 2 sets of clinical trials, over 15 years of longitudinal data, led to our algorithms understanding for families what solutions at what time, what place are the most effective to help them. My wife and I thought we needed respite or home care services in our caregiving journey. But when we went through the T-Care algorithms in the process, what the system identified was that we needed marriage counseling because our risk factor to burnout was a toll that caregiving was bringing on our marriage. That's what had led us to start thinking about placing my mother-in-law into an institutional facility. And so the process of what T-Care works is we engage families, whether the policyholder and the family caregiver, the primary family caregiver, typically spouse, daughter, son. The process to use T-Care is extremely easy. It takes 90 seconds on a web portal or a platform to fill out a form. And through that, one of our social workers and our T-Care specialists connects with those families. And through a 25 to 35-minute consultation process, they help them navigate through all the resources that they need at any given point in time. To receive the T-Care family caregiver support services, it is extremely simple. We are either a phone call or a text message away for families. There's no claims process. There's no adjudication. Families can have access to the T-Care benefit starting day one of owning the policy. T-Care is here for you and your clients to empower you to bring a family support system so that families don't ever have to be challenged with the burden of caregiving. So, and they are spending more quality time with their loved ones.
Well, not only is this what I feel an incredibly important feature, the family caregiver to have some support services, somebody to call and talk to, somebody that they can have a conversation with and say, you know what, I want to let you know that, 3 miles from your house, there's a support facility that, is happy to make a dinner and deliver it to your house, or here's a facility that can provide a certain type of care when you need it, or maybe somebody from that facility a few miles from your house can come watch your parent for a few hours to give you a break. That is really the huge benefit of this T-Care program. Something else that I'll pass along to you, T-Care has been around for close to 10 years now, and they've been able to prove that by using their family caregiver support services and the family caregiver not getting burnt out, they've been able to postpone the policyholder who needs the care from being placed into an assisted living or nursing home for 18 to 24 months. So as you can imagine, Medicare companies are just loving the idea of working with T-Care because that's really lowering the amount of expenses that they have to pay out for nursing homes, assisted living facilities. But the main thing is the family caregivers getting assistance when they need it, somebody to vent to, available 24/7 to text to. And to put a little bit of icing on top of the cake here, there's also a $3,500 caregiver benefit that the policyholder can give to whoever they like. So as Ali mentioned in the video, the family caregiver goes online, does about a 90-second survey, and then they speak to the support person at T-Care for about a half hour, get set up, let them know what support's available in their area, try to get any help that they need from T-Care. And then once that's completed, GTL will send a check for $3,500 to the policyholder that they can give to whoever they like, which was most likely going to be the family caregiver. So that's the benefit that we have on this plan that we've added. And I will mention no other short-term home health care plan has any benefit like this whatsoever. And if you've ever cared for anybody, a family member or anything in this type of situation, you know how stressful it is, how easy it is to get burned out, and you just don't know where to turn sometimes because this is just not something that you've ever foreseen needing to know or train for. So let me tell you a few more things about the policy here. It does have a 6-month pre-ex, and I'm going to use that example earlier I mentioned about you could be getting treated for cancer and still apply for and get this product. So I did actually get a call from an agent back in 2019 after we launched this, and she was an agent. She said, you know what, I just signed my husband up for your short-term home health care plan, and right now he's being treated for cancer. And that's when the light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, wow, you can get this plan even if you have cancer. So she said, I got a question for you, Greg. How does a 6-month pre-ex work for my husband since he already has cancer? So really simple. The first 6 months that he has this policy, if he needs home health care services due to his cancer, he cannot use it. After 6 months of the policy being in force, if he needs home health care services due to his cancer, he can use it. So 6-month wait. But then I also told her, you know, if your husband, who's currently being treated for cancer, has something happen like he falls down and breaks his hip, well, that's not a pre-existing condition. So he can use it right away. So that's how the 6-month pre-ex works. Good example. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, so this is a really important slide. We're dealing with premiums here. The rates for this product do increase. They do not increase every year. They increase every 4 to 5 years, and I'll show you the schedule. But here's when they will increase. They will increase when the policyholder goes into the next age range band and their policy hits its anniversary date. So if you are 65 and you buy Plan A, your rate is going to be $22.87 per month for that base plan. And then when you turn 71, you've now hit the next age range band, and when your policy hits its anniversary date, that's when your premiums will go up to $31.18 a month for the base plan. So really simple. The rates do go up every few years. Here's a point for you, a tip for you. If you have somebody who's, coming in, let's say at age 70, and we need to tell everybody that these rates are going to go up every few years, but they're going to experience a rate increase the next year. So make sure they really are aware of that. I don't want them to think that something's wrong with the plan or we've had a rate increase because the plan's not performing. This is just the way this product works. Every 4 to 5 years, the rates do go up. Now, specific to the T-Care benefit that we just watched the video on, once you buy that benefit, the rate does not go up. So if I buy this plan at age 65, the T-Care expense for me is going to be $5.94 a month, and it's going to stay at that rate as I get older. So the base plan coverage goes up, but the T-Care portion does not. I want to get into a couple riders here, and this is kind of an interesting concept here. This plan does have a hospital indemnity rider on it. Now, I'm going to tell you my advice. If your client wants hospital indemnity coverage, get them a standalone plan. However, if they cannot qualify for that standalone plan, maybe they got insulin-dependent diabetes, as I mentioned earlier. Maybe they got a condition that is not allowing them to attain that standalone hospital indemnity plan. Well, now you have an access point for them here on our short-term home health care plan via our hospital indemnity rider. Now, the benefits are $100, $200, or $300 per day. You can select a 3-day or 6-day benefit period. Just to give you an idea, it's some type of hospital indemnity coverage. It's not something where you'd want to talk to all your Medicare Advantage clients about this plan's hospital indemnity coverage. You'd want to get them a standalone where you can get them more robust coverage and design that coverage to match their Medicare Advantage copays. But here, it's at least something. This rider, the hospital indemnity rider, also does go up in price every few years on the same schedule as the base plan for short-term home health care. So another reason why you want to get them a standalone hospital indemnity plan if possible, because those rates stay the same as they age, whereas with this rider, they do increase. 6-month pre-X works exactly as I described for the short-term home health care plan. There's also an ambulance rider. You can get $200 each time you use an ambulance, up to 4 times per year. You do not have to be admitted to the hospital. So if they don't have some ambulance rider coverage to help take care of some of their copays when they use an ambulance, this is a really good way to help them out. There's a critical accident rider, which is basically as you get older, things get a little more brittle. You have slips and falls, car accidents, things tend to break, tear, dislocate. This rider gives you a lump sum if one of those things happens. You can also choose a $5,000 or $10,000 rider, and you can see there's also an accidental death benefit built into those riders too. The most payout you can get with this is a total of $5,000 or a total of $10,000 if you choose the $10,000 critical accident rider. Now, there's a return of premium rider, and I'm going to tell you something you probably never heard before from somebody who works at a carrier talking about their product. I'm going to tell you don't sell the return of premium rider if your client is going to use the prescription drug benefits. Here's why. Return of premium rider, you probably all know what it is. You keep the policy a certain amount of time, and then if you want to cancel your policy, you can cancel it and then say, send me all the premium I sent you back, less any claims paid. Well, keep in mind the prescription drug benefits, we do consider claims paid. So if you sell the client this plan, they're maxing out their prescription drug benefits, and they have the return of premium rider. When they die, there's probably not going to be a lot of premium to return to the beneficiary because those prescription drug benefits are counted as claims. Just some ideas for you there. Also, all the riders we're looking at here, ambulance, critical accident, return to premium rider, these will not increase in price as the client gets older. So I like to keep things simple. Think of it this way. The base plan and the hospital indemnity rider, those increase every few years. All the other riders, the T-Care, ambulance, critical accident, return to premium, those do not increase as the client gets older. Here's my number one question when I get to this part of the presentation. How easy is it to get the prescription drug benefits? Well, we've made it super simple. First off, there's no claim form. What do clients need? Well, they just take their prescription, you know, the prescription receipt that's got their name, the pills, how many pills, the date they were issued, you know, the one that's stapled to the bag when you pick it up at Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS, or it comes in the mail, if you're getting my mail, send us that. Write your policy number on it. That's it. That's all we need. Or a copy of it. Or you can go to Walgreens at the end of the year and say, hey, print me out all the prescriptions I had filled during the year and send us that. That's all we need. You can send it every time you get a prescription filled. You can send it annually. Whatever you want to do there or in between, keep it simple. With regard to home health care aid, once you go on claim for that, you will definitely fill out a very short claim form, just like our hospital indemnity claim form. You'll include a plan of care, which is the doctor fills out, that basically says, Greg will need this person to come to the house to do this and that, this many days a week. That's what the plan of care is. That'll be submitted, and then you'll submit your first bill. Now, let's just say we did that, and then next month we have another bill. Well, the only thing we need is the bill. We don't need another plan of care. We don't need another claim form filled out. Once you're on claim, we just need the bills as you have them take place so we can send you your benefits. If you pick up one of the riders we chatted about, you have a very short claim form, and you're also sending in the bill, let's say for ambulance use, critical accident, you know, stuff like that. So pretty simple claims process. Again, the prescription drug benefit, super simple. So you can imagine we get a lot of envelopes every day with copies of prescription receipts in them, and we scan them into the system, and our system is kind of AI when it comes to that. It's able to decipher if the medication taking is brand or generic, and then spit out the check, you know, to the policyholder. So really super simple for the client. So with regard to this plan, if you're interested in talking to your clients about it, and maybe you come up with a question, you always have GTL sales support during normal business hours there to help, 800-323-6907. You can also email them at agency@gtlic.com. And again, during normal business hours, you could also use that same 800 number to text to chat with sales support. Now, if you'll do me a favor and take a picture, if you got your phone near to you, take a picture of the screen and pop my name and my email address, gspo@gtlic.com. Pop it into your phone. Probably want to put sales support number in there too. I want you to just feel free to email me at any time, whether it's during the day, in the evening, on the weekends. If you're with a client and you get stumped on this product, they got a question that I didn't cover today, just email me, and you'll be surprised. I'll return your email very quickly. Unless I'm on an airplane or doing a training like this, you'll get a very, very quick response. Do not hesitate to email me with any questions whenever they pop up. At this point, Joey, if we've got some questions, I am happy to answer them and take it from there. We'll play Stump the GTL Sales Guy.
Yeah, I put a couple down here for you, Greg. Great job as always. Like I said, you know, this is a fantastic product. Even on the last part where you mentioned about the hospital indemnity plan, if someone does have certain health conditions, this is a great way to circumvent some of those health questions. So
Right.
I love that. So is this on the same portal that you have your other great products?
Yes, once you log in to the plan, you're going to put in, you know, the client's name, birth date and state, and then what'll show up after that is all the products that are available in the state. And if the short-term home health care plan is available in there, it'll be right there to select to go ahead and quote and do the e-app.
Beautiful, beautiful. And what are those ages again that this plan is good for?
Sure. 61 to 85. And I should mention, I didn't mention it, which I normally do. You know, if you get somebody who has this plan, when they reach the age of 86, their plan does not go away. It doesn't go away until they want it to, until they stop paying premiums. And age 86 is the last rate increase that we have. You know, it's good to mention that once they have it, they can keep this as long as they like.
Fantastic. That's great. Yeah, I didn't even think of that, but that's always a great footnote to mention. We'll tell everybody again what triggers a claim and when is and how the full restoration comes back in again, please.
Sure. So first off, with regard to the prescription drug component, the minute that their policy is issued, they can start using it right away. No problem at all. With regard to the home health care and the home health care aid components, either being diagnosed with a cognitive impairment, like memory loss or dementia, Alzheimer's, that's going to kick it in, or something to do with ADLs, where they can't do at least two of their activities of daily living. And as you know, that could be something temporary. They could have a hip replacement or a knee replacement or a rotator cuff surgery and need some help for a month or two or three, and that's great. Now, the way that this plan would restore, using a perfect example of, let's just say, hip replacement. So they have their hip replaced. They're gonna recover at home. They're gonna need some type of therapy, and maybe they need it for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and so they use up some of their benefits. Now, once they've recovered from that hip surgery and they no longer need home health care for 180 consecutive days, they get a full plan restoration. So you can use up a little of your 360 days, or you can use up all of your 360 days. But once you do recover, you get a full restoration after 180 days of being recovered. Now, the other end of that spectrum is you start using this plan because maybe you've got a cognitive impairment and you're not going to recover. Then there will be no restoration.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. That is perfect. I wish I would have done my due diligence and had known about this prior. Great little story and a side note to this that will lead into this and to the T-Care. My father-in-law has a bad leg due to neuropathy. He's had a couple of toes amputated, and he's had 2 months of home health care. This would have been a fantastic policy. Because once he, got through some of his ADLs that he couldn't do, he's fine now. He's able to go about and do all of his activities again. And so his restoration would have kicked in. But for those 2 months, it would have been a big help on our family having this and on him himself. So, I was sitting here listening to it going, wow, I wish I would have done my due diligence and looked into this, a lot sooner or gotten with you a lot earlier, because he would have definitely qualified prior. But hindsight's always 20/20. But that would have been magnificent. And my little caveat to T-Care, my wife is the main person that helps them out, and when he said that he was an aviator, she would come home all the time just mentally exhausted and just break down.
Yeah.
Not only from just the stress of having to deal with them, but just having to watch them, just decrease in their mental or their mobility. It's taxing on them in multiple levels. And to be able to have someone like T-Care to be able to reach out to or to talk to besides Joey would have really helped in a multitude of ways. So that T-Care really hits home when you start having someone that this really affects. I was just like, wow, this really hit multiple spots with me when you were going through it. So really a lot of kudos to T-Care and what y'all are doing with them, because that's a heck of a deal that y'all are letting the people do and be a part of, and y'all are contributing in. So great job. So that I wanted to share that and just kind of put that in there.
Definitely huge benefit. And also that's when I talk about the T-Care, I mean, the $3,500 benefit's really nice. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice chunk of change, but the benefits and of T-Care and helping the family caregiver not get burned out or say, hey, you know, did you know that if you need to take your husband to the doctor, there's a service that will come pick him up in your area. It's just all things like that they can help with to just lower that stress level.
That's amazing. And that's huge, because she's turned into, you know, caregiver on wheels, and you know, when things get done, and it's taxing on multiple levels. And so, like I said, it would have worked out great for us and for her. And even for me, you know, because I want to be there and be sympathetic. And so it's great that y'all have added that to this plan. And so when we talk about it more, and when more agents see this video, I want them to hear the story and to make sure that they put that on there, because it does happen, and it will be very well received when they need it and when they use it. So
yeah, for sure.
That's all I had to really want to offer, and wanted to kind of make sure that you really expressed on. Anything else you want to share before we sign off today?
I think that about covers it. Really
Okay.
Thrilled that you guys.
Well, as always, you did a fantastic job.
This product's been super simple and super successful, and it is not too good to be true. It's very, very successful and priced correctly, as evidenced by us after 6 years of having it, adding a bunch more benefits and not increasing the prices. So good stuff.
Well, I love the video as well. All y'all's videos that you do, whether it be the hospital indemnity and this one, they're all fantastic. And so everybody makes the agents' lives a lot easier when they have it and they utilize them. And then they have all the other stories that go with it. So this training and this recording, and we have it out here on our Copeland YouTube channel. When people see it and hear about these stories that we talked about here at the end, they're going to really help and really expand the agent's knowledge and do that. So, Greg, thank you so much as always. Really appreciate you and all that you do and what GTL does, and you and Zach. And I will talk to you soon. And thank you again.
Hey, thanks everybody. We all appreciate you very, very much. So take care. Have a great rest of the day and week.
All right, Greg. Thank you, sir. Bye.